Greetings, YouTube. It is freaking crazy late. Like, it is 2 a.m. my time, 8 a.m. across the pond, question mark. Good morning. Happy tea and biscuits. I don't know. Movies tell me that's what you eat for breakfast. I'm sorry for the stereotype. I've never had breakfast across the pond, but I have wanted to. It's on my bucket list, definitely post-COVID. But I was working all day, and so I just now came across this forum post and wanted to make a video about it before trying, and keyword is trying or attempting to go to bed, because it is a huge ask that the community has wanted, and kudos to Kabam for finally addressing it. I will say that there is a lot more positive overall in this post than negative, but I have come across summoners over the years who have hoarded the lesser and greater solo crystal shards for literally years. I've seen screenshots where people have hoarded hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of crystal shards, hoping that someday they would be upgraded and they would just automatically get to take their hoarding and turn it into a much improved crystal. If you don't do the arena, this makes perfect sense. I will say that I love these crystals because I do every arena every week, and I have all my 3 stars maxed, all my 2 stars maxed. The only 4 stars I don't have maxed are the new 4 stars, thanks to the greater crystals, because I get a ton of 4-star signature stones or plus 5, 3-star signature stones. And so I really enjoy those. Maybe it's just me, but if you're an arena grinder, you want those 3 stars to max sig. You want to be able to max rank them and enjoy their highest PI possible for those arena points. But if you don't do the arena, you're not going to care about any of this. And that is going to bring us some exciting news for the crystal improvement. But if you were looking to cash in on the hoarding, Kabam is stopping that in its track. And that is unfortunate. So, Summoners, as mentioned in our dev diary on the champions of the contest, we've been working on some major revisions to solo events. We started by looking at ways to add signature stones to solo events, but then decided why stop there? There are some big changes coming to solo events, including updates to the rewards and solo crystals. Currently, solo events are available to summoners in 3 different buckets based on prestige. We're doing away with this and moving to use campaign progression instead. This should come as no surprise to anybody, as this is what Kabam has been doing for a long time, even with things like free gifts on holidays or compensation packages. As you move up through each progression level, you'll find your 22-hour solo event milestone and rank rewards keep getting better. 7-hour solo events will also change as you progress, but are lumped into groups of progression levels. All right, there aren't any new events at this time, but there are some things to note. First, while the number of points for doing a certain task will not change, as your progression level increases, the points required to achieve each milestone will as well. That's a very confusing sentence. I think grammatically it's incorrect. We're going to move on. This should help less experienced summoners achieve these milestones and progress with the player as they move further in their journey. Quest completion now awards more points for completing the uncollected difficulty, thank God, and also even more points for completing the Cavalier difficulty. That is a big final solve, because the 2 number 1 complaints I've received over the years that I haven't done a video on, because honestly it would be kind of a pointless video, but it's important now. You need more points for the harder difficulty, and you also need to have 5 stars and 6 stars award more points at hero use than 4 stars, and that is actually updated in the next paragraph. Hero use has seen a pretty big update. A big part of it is that 5-star and 6-star champion usage now gives more points than 4-star champion usage. Additionally, players gain different amounts of points depending on if they are fighting in an arena, duel, or quest, and get bonus points based on the rarity level of the enemy defeated. All right, so class combat events will now only award points for fighting and also award bonus points for finishing fights with specific final attacks. Now, to me, that's kind of annoying if the final attacks are going to make a difference, because I don't know about you, but I just auto-fight my way through that event every time. But hopefully it's not going to make a big difference. I don't think it should be a big deal. Make sure to check out the how to score points info. That also sounds like something that should be like on a frat house info board for events when they come back around. All right, so now we're going to talk about what I teased earlier. Changes to solo crystals. Say goodbye to different shards for different crystals. Moving forward, solo events will award solo crystal shards, and you can use them to purchase solo crystals, formerly known as lesser solo crystals, greater solo crystals, or the new supreme solo crystal, available for 10,000 shards. I do think that price tag is kind of BS. like 5 times the price for the greater solo crystal. I think a fair price would have been 5,000 shards because it's still more than twice the previous crystal, but not entirely out of the realm of like crystal hoarding. I think that Kabam put the price tag really high because they don't want people to be able to hoard as many crystals. But I just think 10,000 shards is a lot to pay for, especially because, as you'll see in a second, you could still get some arena boost, which if you don't care about the arena, it's not going to help you anyway. The new Supreme Solo Crystals contain very valuable rewards, such as 5 and 6-star arena boosts. I'm so tired that when I first read that, like I almost wanted to read it as Awakening Gems, and I got so excited, and then I realized I just can't read, No big deal. It's just teaching journalism and can't read. What could go wrong? 4 and 5-star Signature Stone Crystals. Now, I wish they were just signature stones. If I was creating an exciting part of this crystal, especially for 10,000 shards, I would have no crystals, which are the 1 out of 6 RNG. I would just have the generics. That is going to be so much better for players that are trying to take their 4 stars and 5 stars up, and it would give them more incentive to do these events. 4-star Awakening Gems, which is awesome. That's certainly an improvement. Lesser champion health and attack boost. Always nice to get more boost. And even a chance. And when they say chance, it's normally going to be a microscopic chance. At 4,500 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments for 7,200 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. I think that would be a huge announcement without the Glory Store changes. But now those have come. I don't know about you, but I rank up champions now about once a month just because I've got so much of that in overflow. And I only do map 5, and some of my alliance does map 6 in Alliance Quest. So it's not like I've got those items because I'm doing map 7 or something. These crystals are only available to summoners that have become uncollected. That's why I just brought up the Glory Store changes. And also don't contain any experience boosts, thank God, because we're all level 60, hopefully. And, those don't make sense. So here's where Kabam knows, certainly from their information, that there are a lot of hoarders, or as they're calling in this, stockpilers. Your existing lesser and greater solo crystal shards will not change to the new solo crystal shards. They'll be mass converted into solo and greater solo crystals. Right now, different events give different rewards. Moving forward, all events will have the same set of milestone and rank rewards. That just makes sense, right? So you can see that the Cavalier, you have Tier 5 basic ISO, 4-star Signature Stone crystals, Tier 3 class Catalyst crystals, 5-star Signature Stone crystals, level 1 revives. The units for 25 is still what's really important to me, and that is certainly what I'm thankful they kept in. And I know Dork Lessons, to his credit, when he talked about this with them, he mentioned immediately, don't take out those free units. I care about those units. I just wish the 5-star Signature Stone crystals would be more Signature Stones. That's really my point. But it does say in the final milestone of, say, when you scroll up on the far left, the Cavalier, that it is a 5-star Signature Stone. It doesn't say Signature Stone Crystal, which it does on level 3. So it's nice to know that eventually you'll get a generic. I just think those generics are really needing to be more common in the game if we're wanting players to progress, particularly when you're trying to get somebody past SIG 100, like, say, Captain America Infinity War, Void, etc. But I'm excited overall. I think that this is way more positive than negative. I just think the 10,000 shard price tag is very high. And besides that, you have those hoarders that Kabam is specifically targeting, knowing that they've hung out their crystal shards, so to speak, that aren't going to be able to cash in and buy a bunch of these in batches. So what do you think, YouTube? Either way, I want to keep this under 10 minutes, and we're almost there. So let's end it here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'm going to go try to sleep now. What an interesting change to the game. It's a long time coming. Finally, we see these updates. Kudos to Kabam for getting this in before the end of 2020.